Did you know that you can lose belly fat without hitting the gym or even using any gym equipment? While losing belly fat can be one of the toughest gym goals to achieve, it's totally possible to get what you want by doing some simple exercises right from the comfort of your home. Even though you'll have to still match your efforts with healthy ways of living, doing these exercises will improve your chances of losing belly fat. In today's video, we'll be showing you 12 exercises to help you lose inches off your waist. Stay tuned and enjoy. Number 1. Plank. To do this exercise, you're to start by facing down with your forearms and toes on the floor. Your elbows should be directly under your shoulders while your forearms are facing forward. Next, engage your abdominal muscles and keep your torso straight and rigid while your body is in a straight line. You should also ensure that your shoulders are down instead of creeping up towards your ears. You're to then hold this position for at least 10 seconds before slowly working your way up to 30 seconds or even 1 minute. While doing this exercise, it's very important to avoid arching your back or sagging your hips. Number 2. Leg drops. For this exercise, you're to start by lying your back on the floor with both legs directed toward the ceiling. Next, keep your abs tight as you lower one leg a few inches off the floor before switching your legs. Ensure the movement is slow as you work your abdominal muscles. You can then continue the exercise for about 10 to 15 reps. Number 3. Reach-throughs. To do this exercise, you're to start by lying down on the floor or an exercise mat. Next, draw your legs in by bending your knees to a 90-degree angle. Keep a gap between your legs wide enough for your arms to reach in between them. Next, reach up above your shoulders with your arms. Then, draw your belly button down towards the floor to engage your core. After which you're to contract your abdominal muscles to raise and sit up as you reach your arms through your legs and towards your feet. Next, lower your back down to the floor and continue the exercise for about 10 to 15 reps. For this next exercise, you should ensure to keep your feet on the floor throughout the movement. Number 4. Abdominal crunches. To do this exercise, you're to start by lying down on the floor with your knees bent while placing your hands behind your head or across your chest. Then engage your core and crunch your ribs toward your pelvis using your abdominal muscles. Next, exhale as you come up and keep your neck straight. Then, hold at the top of the movement for a few seconds while breathing continuously. Next, slowly lower yourself back down, but don't relax all the way. You can then continue the exercise for at least 15 to 20 reps. Number 5. Forward jumps. For this exercise, you're to start by standing with your feet together and your knees slightly bent. Next, jump forward, landing with both feet together and your legs in a slight squat. Ensure you land lightly on the balls of your feet and then continue the exercise for at least 10 reps. You can also then spring back, landing on the spot you started on. Number 6. High knees. To do this exercise, you're to start by standing tall with your feet about hip to shoulder width apart and your arms at your sides. While looking straight ahead, open your chest and engage your core muscles. Next, bring your right knee towards your chest, slightly above waist level. Simultaneously, move your left hand up in a pumping motion. Next, quickly lower your right leg and left hand. Then, repeat with your left leg and right hand. You can then alternate your right and left leg and continue to exercise for about 30 seconds. Number 7. Jumping jacks. For this exercise, start by standing in a straight position with your feet together, arms fully extended, hands by your side, and toes pointed forward. Next, slightly bend your knee in a rapid movement and jump your feet out to your body's sides as you simultaneously swing your arms out to either side and raise them above your head. After landing on the ground, reverse the pattern and return to the starting position with your arms by your side and feet together. You can then continue the exercise for at least 10 to 15 reps. Ensure to maintain your posture and avoid slouching or twisting your toes outward. Number 8. Squat. To do this exercise, you're to start with your feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Keep your chest up and out, with pressure even in your feet. Next, engage your abdominals and shift your weight back into your heels as you push your hips back. Lower yourself into a squat until either your heels begin to lift off the floor or until your torso begins to round or flex forward. Next, keep your chest out and core tight as you push through your heels to stand back to your starting position. You can then continue to perform the exercise for about 10 to 15 reps. Number 9. Bird dog. For this exercise, you're to start by kneeling on an exercise mat with your knees hip width apart and hands firmly on the ground, about shoulder width apart. Next, point one arm out straight in front and extend the opposite leg behind you, forming a straight line from your extended hand to your extended foot. Keep your hips squared to the ground and prevent your lower back from sagging. Next, hold on for a few seconds, then return to your hands and knees. Keep your abs engaged throughout the exercise and work to minimize any extra motion in your hips throughout the weight shift. You can then switch to the other side and continue the exercise for at least 10 reps. Number 10. Donkey kick. To do the donkey kick exercise, you're to start on all fours with your knees hip-width apart, hands under your shoulders, and your neck and spine neutral. Next, brace your core and begin to lift your right leg, with your knees staying bent and your foot staying flat. Then use your glutes to press your foot directly toward the ceiling and squeeze at the top. Ensure your pelvis and working hips stay pointed toward the ground. You can then return to the starting position and complete at least 10 reps on each leg. Number 11. Snow angels. This exercise begins by laying your back down on the floor or an exercise mat with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Next, take your arms out to the side and bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle. Next, bring your elbows down toward your side, then slide your arms up as high as you can over your head, while keeping in contact with the floor at all times. You can then aim to complete between 10 to 15 reps per set. Number 12. Heel touches. This exercise starts by laying face up on an exercise mat with your arms by your sides, your knees bent, and your feet on the floor. Ensure to keep your spine and pelvis in a neutral position while you engage your core and keep your chin tucked throughout the movement. Next, squeeze your abs and curl your upper back slightly off the floor or exercise mat. Next, side bend your spine to reach your right hand toward your right heel, squeezing your abs and right oblique. Then proceed to side bend to the left, reaching your left hand toward your left ankle. You can then continue to alternate sides for at least 10 reps on each side. While you stick to these exercises in your bid to lose some inches off your waist, you should also ensure that you stick to healthy ways of living so that you don't work against your goals. If you're serious about losing belly fat, you should avoid processed foods and engage in aerobic exercises that can help you. It's also a great idea to include walking, running, swimming, and even dancing into your fitness routine. In addition, always remember to take breaks for at least 30 seconds after each exercise. It's also important to know that while results might take time, your consistency will ensure you're in line with getting what you want. Which of these exercises are currently part of your workout routine? Let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you'd also like to learn how to gain muscle as you lose fat, then watch How to Lose Fat and Gain Muscle at the Same Time, step by step.